guys, Debbie here. Welcome to my channel or welcome back. Today I'm going to be playing with this palette, which is the I Heart Revolution Love Spells palette. And we're just going to be having a catch up because it's been a little while since I filmed. I think it's been about 2 weeks. So just going to be letting you know what I've been doing. Just a bit of a get ready with me. We've still got cheek products and lip products to do together as well as doing this palette. So let's just jump straight into it. Okay guys, so we're going to be using this palette, the Love Spells palette today, which is super pretty. It's a red colour scheme. You know that I love reds if you've been here before, and pinks. Not what I would call your typical Halloween palette on the inside, but I love playing with reds and greens and oranges, so I think it's going to be fun. They also had another palette in the range when this came out, which is the Curses and Hexes, which is this one. Which is probably more my vibe, to be honest, and is a lot more of a Halloween kind of colour story. But the last video that I did was with the Revolution Enchanted, and that had dark, grungy kind of colours like this. So I thought we'd play with the Love Spells first. But before we get into that, I'm going to use the Clown Blush palette. I think this one's perfect for this time of year, and specifically the shade Circus, which is this one, because I love a red blush. I'm going to bust out one of my favourite products for Halloween, which is the Lunatic Labs Contour Book. This is just perfect for contouring if you want like a bit more of a greysy kind of contour, a bit more kind of Halloween toned, I suppose. So going to be doing what I always used to do when I use this, is to use these 3 shades. So I kind of dip into each of those and kind of make my own kind of custom shade with it. So I'm just going to take that just on the high points under like where my cheekbone is there, but not bring it too far in, just to give us a little bit of structure on the face before I go in with my blush. So guys, how have you been? It's been 2 weeks since I filmed, and I'm sorry I've been so long away. I didn't plan a break at all, really. I thought I was going to be uploading lots of content, and then we knew we were having family come to stay. We had my father-in-law come from the Isle of Wight again. He came in June, and then he came back this time to help us with more of the renovations on our house. And so we were doing that, having all new electrics fitted. We've decorated 2 rooms. It's just very difficult to film when you've got someone else in the house. And also I just felt that I didn't want to be on my phone or trying to film when there's someone else here. I just thought it's rude, and we see him for probably 2 weeks out of the whole year, so just wanted to make the time to just live in the moment rather than live on social media. And then I went back to work last Monday, and I did a 8 AM till 11 PM day. We had I deal with like a software kind of job. We had a code kind of implementation, and we had to be there to test all of that, and I was just literally, the fallout from that kind of like from that day just like stayed with me for the entire week. I was just shattered all week, and so I just wanted to be kind to myself and not really do any filming. So I've been watching lots of Halloween movies, and also a show called Ghosts on BBC on the iPlayer. If you're from the UK, totally recommend it. It's one of these tongue-in-cheek kind of, I don't know, it's a comedy, a sitcom, but it's spooky as well, and it's so well acted. And like from the 70s, I think it was. If you're from the UK and you're my similar age, you might remember a show called Rent a Ghost, and if you don't, then just Google it, or maybe you might find some clips of it on YouTube. But I love that show so much, and it's taken a lot of references from that. So there's 2 series of 6 parts, and each half an hour, and we've literally binge watched the lot. I think we've got 2 left now to do, which will be so sad when it's over. Do you guys ever do that? Like you watch something and you love it so much, and then when it's finished, you're like, oh, I don't know what I'm going to do with my life now. It's like sad because you loved it so much. But that was that show for us. We've loved it. Right, going to go in with Circus now. My Linda Hallberg 310, which is one of my favourites for blush. These blushes are so pigmented, so you have to be pretty careful, because although it's a clown brush palette, don't want to really be a clown, so we've got to be a little bit careful. But I love a red blush on me, and you wouldn't think I could get away with it being as pale as I am, but I think I can if I'm careful. So I'm just literally dipping into the pan and building it up slowly so that I've got a bit of control where it goes. But other than doing all of our decorating. We've had lots of new electrics fitted. His dad is an electrician, so I've got outside power. I'll be able to have Christmas lights outside. I'm so excited about that. I've wanted to do that for years and years. And solar ones just don't work in the winter, and it's so dark and grey here at the moment. It's rained constantly for a week, I think. So my solar ones aren't working, so it'll be nice to get some lights that I can have on all year round out there. And I love Christmas so much. The other thing I've been doing is doing some things with my background, which I can see that you can't really see. It's like, I've got to try and figure out how people manage to get their background to light up so much. I think they sit closer to it. Where I'm sitting, I'm quite a way forward from my background, so, but it's where the table is and where everything is, so I think I might need to get a temporary table so I can move back a bit, because I've got some great things on that background, but you can't see them, I don't think. But all my Halloween decorations are up, and my panda picture is no more. That's downstairs in the hallway now. I always used to have to kind of sit and be careful because I'd be like the reflection of the lights in the mirror kind of frame of it, so decided it needed to move somewhere else. Right, we're very, very blushy now, but I quite like it. For highlight, I'm going to go in with the Solmane palette from Oden's Eye, the original highlighter palette they've got. I've got both of these, but I thought I'd use this one today. I think I might use the Marne shade, actually. I'll give that one a go. I've not actually tried this at all yet. I've got so much makeup that I've not tried because, unless I'm filming, I very rarely wear it. Because I'm not leaving the house, and even if I do, when you're wearing a mask, no one can see it anyway. I just haven't really been bothering with makeup, but I've still been buying it. Don't know why I keep buying it really if I'm not making videos with it and I'm not wearing it, but I'm kind of, I think it just like cheers me up to buy it, and I just love makeup so much anyway and collected it. But oh my god guys, this week has been the worst in my makeup collecting time of trying to get hold of things. I'm liking that highlighter, it's got a real goldy glitz to it, which it's probably too dark for me, but I really don't care. Quite like how it's looking. I prime with the Kaleidos primer. It's the only proper eyeshadow primer I've got. It's kind of a neutral tone. I don't want my Sigma one in Persuade because that's got a bit of a pinky tone. I don't really want that today. Yeah, so this week has not been good for trying to get hold of products that are limited edition. So I'm sure most of you are aware of the, let's be honest, shit show that was the Colourpop release, but I'm ultra upset about it because on Wednesday was supposed to be the release and they kind of broke Shopify, and I was refreshing for like 2 hours trying to get onto the site, thinking that it was just the traffic on the site and I'd get in the end, and I'd forgotten that it was the Makeup Revolution Night Before Christmas release at 7 PM in the UK, which was an hour after the Colourpop one went live. So by the time I'd realised that getting the palette was not going to be a thing for Colourpop, went over onto the Revolution site and that sold out as well. I was like, that's fine. The only palette I really want this week is the Beauty Bean It's Freaking Bats palette with Shroud Cosmetics. I'm sure there'll be plenty of those, but I was literally on the site refreshing from 4:45. It's 5 PM when it went live here in the UK. It popped up live for me to put it in my basket, and by the time I'd literally clicked go to check out, it sold out. So literally all three of the things I really would have liked to have owned this week I haven't managed to get hold of. So it's kind of made me think, you know, do I need all of this makeup? Because I've got lots of other things I can show you. So I've got a lot of Halloween things. I'm going to try for the Beauty Beam one again because I absolutely love Betty G and she's one of my friends on YouTube and I want to support her. But I don't know whether I'll bother with, well, I can't get the Colourpop because they're not restocking that. I don't know whether I'm going to get the Nightmare Before Christmas or not. I kind of don't know if I need it because by the time it gets to me now, will I get time to make a video with it for Halloween anyway? Oh, I don't know. But, I mean, I don't just buy makeup for making videos with. I buy it because I want it, but I don't know. I don't know whether I'm going to get it or not now. In this palette then, my thoughts were that I want to do something orange and green. So I want to do an orange crease and then I want to use that shade Beloved. I've swatched that one out and it's like foil, so definitely want to use these two. And then I think I'm going to go for like a green lash line. That's kind of my thoughts. That's a shimmer, but I don't mind a shimmer on my lash. And I'm going to use Mars by Decay, one of my favourite pencils from them, in my waterline and kind of smudged on my lower lash line as a base. That's the plan. So I'm going in with Spellbook first, which is the orange. Oh, it's quite red for an orange. I was expecting that to be way more orange than it is. Yeah, that's not orange, is it? See, in the pan, that definitely looks orange to me. Don't know what's going on with that. I wanted it to be orange, so I might mix a bit of one of the other shades in with it as a brownish shade. Might mix that in with it. I'm going to go for a rounded shape, and then I'm going to do a liquid wing. But to make it a bit more orange, I'm going to mix Luna with it because I did want an orange crease. I think it's because I don't swatch my shadows. I have no clue what colour they're going to turn out until I put them on my eyes. But just taking a bit of that Luna shade, which is a really nice caramelly tan kind of colour, and just dampening down that red to make it a bit more orangey and grungy. I have to work fairly quick when I've got this Kaleidos primer on because it creases really bad. I don't think I've heard anyone else say they have that problem. I think it's just the age of my eyes, to be fair. I need a thicker primer, I always think. It works better for me. Maybe instead of buying so much eyeshadow I should get some primer. But primer's kind of boring. But to be fair, I've not been buying much lately. Mainly because I couldn't get hold of it, of course, but I haven't actually been too tempted by a lot because I wanted to wait for the Halloween releases. Haven't managed to get those, and then normally my default kind of reaction to that will be like, oh, I'll just buy something else, but I've decided not to and just wait for the things that I really want. So I know there'll be some deals to be had for Black Friday, so I'm trying to wait for those, and in the meantime catch up with some of the palettes that I've bought and not used at all on my channel. That is really pigmented, you know. It's the first time of using Hydrate Revolution. I know they're part of the Makeup Revolution line. Well, I think this palette was £10 or £12, I can't remember. I'll pop it up on the screen or link it for you so that you can see, but got it from the Revolution website, and if you bought a couple of palettes at the time you got £4 off as well, so got it super cheap and I'm pretty impressed really. That's a strong colour there. I'm going to keep going with Luna, this one here, to make a bit more of a gradient, and then I'm going to blend it out with Sublime, which is that one. Like that, we should be able to get quite a nice gradient going on here. I mean, at 18 shades in the palette is sort of the highest end of the size that I really like, but on the plus side you've got a shade to blend every shade out, and these are working nice. There's only 6 mattes though and 12 shimmers. I'd probably prefer it the other way around in terms of ratio, but you really can't complain when you've paid so little for so many shades really, I think. Just using the lighter shade, the Sublime shade now, just as it goes up towards my brow. And then on my lower lash line I'm going to take Sublime first, which I didn't think would show up, but I think because I've still got a little bit left on this brush of some of the other shades, just want to connect up in the outer corner a little bit and just give myself a little bit of a grungy base. As I say, I'm going to put green there anyway. I'm taking that down pretty low. Okay, we're going to go in with Nyx Glitter Primer now. One of my favourite brushes for applying this is this one. It's the Crown Brush Chisel Shadow SS030. Always makes me laugh when there's specific names like that. I like it because you can get really quite precise in the crease if you want to do a almost faux cut crease with it. I'm going to do a half cut crease and then I'm going to put something a bit darker in the outer corner, but I'm not going to do that until I've put the shimmer on, I think. Also, whilst I've been away, you might have noticed I've got my hair done. I wanted to get rid of the pink. We've still got some pink. I can't get rid of all of it, but most of it is gone. It really stuck around this time just because if you guys have been here before, or you might remember, I wanted it red and it went pink. And I think when you've got a colour you don't particularly want to keep, it always hangs around, which is super annoying. I said to her, could she get rid of it all? And she said she didn't know she could, and that I might just have to wait for it to kind of just fade more. But she didn't want to take bleach all the way through because I've got such long hair and we don't want to wreck the ends. So I've had an Olaplex treatment, which is really good for your hair and really, well, good for my hair. It seems to really help it. So it feels quite soft. And then I wanted the roots to be like a cool tone blonde, but it's actually gone grey. And my mum's reaction to that, oh dear. Has anyone got an elderly relative, like my mum's 82, that they just don't have a filter? So I went to see her and she said, oh, the pandemic's not been good on you, it sent your hair grey. And I thought she was just kidding to start with, and then she was like, I think grey hair like that looks nice as long as you're like young, otherwise it just makes you look old. And I'm like, thanks mum. But I actually quite like it. I think it looks right. So I wanted it a bit more blonde than it is, but it's only a toner just to like tone down the brassiness in the blonde, and it will soon disappear. So no, I think it looks okay, and it's got rid of a lot of that pink. I mean, we have got some pink underneath, but very, very little of it now. So learn my lesson. I'm going to buy a wig instead, I think, if I want to change my colour. That's my plan. Right, I'm going to go in with that beloved shade now. Going to pretty much put that over the whole of my lid, but can you guys see that? I don't know how well it's coming out on camera, how beautiful it is. It's like a real fiery copper shade. It's stunning. So I'm taking that over the majority of the lids because I really wanted this to be prominent in the look. You'll have to let me know, guys, if you want to see looks with this one again, or the curses and hexes next, because as I say, that's got a lot more of the cooler tone kind of Halloween vibes that I like. Probably more so than this one, but I just fancy playing with some orange, even though this has not turned out very orange. Right, that's as far as I want to go with it because I do want to deepen up the corners. I'm going to go in with Magic Wand. I like that as a name. These names are super cute actually. I think that's going to be a plummy sort of colour, but it's the deepest colour in the palette, and I think it's going to work to deepen up this outer corner. Yeah, that's going to be fine. I feel a bit out of practice. Didn't want to do anything too complicated. As I say, I've not been doing any makeup for a little while. Getting a bit of fallout from that colour. It's this sort of nature of the colour. I'm going to get a bit more tighter packed brush and see if that helps. Yeah, that's better. Using the Morphe E36, which is one of my favourite kind of pencil brushes to do this kind of work. I think I'll bring that slightly into the crease as well, just to give it a little bit more definition. It's getting darker and smokier now, so it doesn't matter too much what's happening here because we're going to have a nice big black wing. Yeah, this Magic Wand shade is Fallout City. It's a shame because it's such a nice shade. I'm literally just touching into the palette and it's Anastasia kind of subculture vibes all over my palette. It's literally gone everywhere. There's specks of it in the light shade, which is going to proper mess with my OCD because I don't like my palettes to look messy. I'm liking this so far. So for my lower lash line, I'm going to go in with Mars by Urban Decay. Had this forever. I've not got very much of it left. I need to get a new one if they still do it. I think they do. I'm taking that in my waterline and quite heavy on my lower lash line. And now with a Linda Hallberg 303, we're going to smudge that out. Then we're going to take the shade Witch and I'm going to spray that, and I'm going to pack that over that base we've laid down with the liner. Bring that up underneath the shadow in the corner. I'm not going to be able to blend it really because it's a shimmer, but just to kind of connect it at the edge there. and then the liner will hide where it doesn't blend. I'm going to take a bit of Luna. I really want to make this grunged out underneath, so I'm going to take that shade. I really like that shade for a neutral. It's really nice. It's like a caramel, and I like that sort of tone. Yeah, I think that looks nice, just to make it a bit more cohesive with what's going on the top. I think I'm going to use Lucky Charm in my inner corners. If that doesn't end up being bright enough, then we can use this one, Bewitch. I quite like Lucky Charm. It's kind of a old gold kind of shade. It's quite pretty. So I'm just popping that on that kind of front part of my lower lash as well. And then we've got Nyx Epic Ink Liner, and I'm going to make a nice big wing. Probably won't be able to talk while I do it, so I'll whiz you through the footage for that. We're having quite a good wing day, which is always nice. Clearly haven't forgotten how to do makeup after all, which is good. Trying out this Nars Climax mascara. I'm not sure how I feel about it yet. It's got a very big brush. That's the only thing that's a bit tricky with it for me. But I think it does give me quite a lot of length and volume in my lashes. I've just got to be careful not to get mascara dots everywhere. Because I'm not really terrified of using lash curlers, because I just think I'm going to pinch my eyes with them. And my attempts at putting false lashes on have not been particularly successful. I'm on the hunt for the best mascara to make them look bigger. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to use that one on my lower lashes. The brush is just too fat, so I'm going to get the BadGalBang for that. Really like that lip stain or gloss or whatever it is. Poppy Girl. It's A106 Poppy Girl by Oden's Eye anyway. Really like it because the formula is unusual. I've not tried anything like it. It's like creamy, very thick actually, but you don't really feel like you've got it on your lips, but it's like the effect that you get when you use a lip liner and then put a gloss over it all in one. The applicator is really easy to control to get those like precise lines that I like to have. It's going to go all over my teeth, so probably by the end of the video as I'm talking it will be all over my teeth, but that's just what happens. I really enjoyed filming this, and it was just so nice to get back to filming. I think sometimes I put it off, I get a little bit nervous, like when I haven't done it for a while, it becomes a big thing to come back, and so I put it off, and honestly wasn't sure I was going to come back and do it at all. And then I was just having a chat with Nikki actually yesterday, saying, oh, I don't know if I want to do it, and she's like, just play with some makeup. So I thought I'll just play with some makeup and film while it's doing it, and then if this turns out okay, I'll put it up. So if you're getting to see it, then I think it went alright. But yeah, I really like the look. Got the witchy vibes going on. I've got my little creepy skeleton hand earrings. I need to get some more earrings for this season. I love Halloween, as you guys probably know. Love all of the spooky vibe kind of makeup, so I want to make the most of it and film lots for you. I'm not going to make any promises as to when I'm uploading. I'm just going to do it when I've got the time, and I'm going to be kind to myself and let myself watch lots of spooky movies as well. But I'm going to try and get some content up for you guys at least a couple of times a week anyway, but probably not much more than that. But hope you enjoyed this one. Probably, as I say, I'll be filming with the Hexes and Curses palette. Is that what it's called? Yeah, Hexes and Curses in my next video. And yeah, that's all I've got to say. But thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys have been keeping safe and well, and hopefully catch you in the next one. Bye guys.